or our YouTube channel, Vishnu Talks, on to find a full library of past Vishnu Talks on various interesting topics. Just give me a moment. In today's fast-paced world, we spend so much time taking care of our careers, responsibilities, relationships, that we often forget to take care of our health. While many of us think of yoga as just a form of exercise, today's speaker believes it is much more than that. He sees yoga as a way of building a stronger body, a calmer mind, and a more resilient life. For him, yoga has never been just about touching your toes or mastering difficult poses. It is about building confidence, strengthening the mind, improving focus, and teaching us how to face life's challenges with calmness and resilience. As a dedicated yoga teacher and a national level yoga champion, he has spent several years helping both children. He has spent several years helping both children and adults discover their inner potential through yoga. His unique approach encourages students to step beyond their comfort zones, proving that every challenging asana is also a lesson in patience, perseverance, and self-belief. Driven by this vision, he founded Sudeha, an institute committed to promoting holistic health and fitness through yoga. His mission extends far beyond physical wellness. He strives to help individuals cultivate mental clarity, emotional balance, discipline, and inner strength qualities that empower people not to just do yoga on the mat, but in every aspect of life. Today, he continues to inspire countless individuals to see yoga not merely as an exercise, but as a lifelong practice that transforms the body, sharpens the mind, and nurtures the spirit. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome on Visual Talks to Mr. Bharat S. Ram to share his insights on yoga beyond flexibility. A very good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dishant. Thank you so much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you all. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much, Dishant, for nice introduction. And let me take it forward now. Okay. So hello everyone. Hope you are all there. So here, if you switch on the videos, that would be great. So that it would be interactive session for each and everyone. Okay. I feel like this is very interactive session, more than teaching or telling something to you all. Okay. So let me go forward. So what do you think about when it comes to the yoga? So some may feel like yoga can practice after 40 or 50 age. So some may feel like yoga for only disease oriented practices. Okay, some may feel like it's a completely flexibility. So what do you think about it? Just all of you type message your what do you think about yoga? Just type in the chat box. Yes, I would like to see the messages from you. So what do you think about yoga? Is it like flexibility? Is it like strength training or balance or disease oriented session practices? What? Union of the body and mind. Okay. Stability. I can see one more message here. Good. So I believe it improves longevity at the same time resilience. Achieve oneness. Oh, the calm mind, body, and soul. Very good. Yes, exactly. So beyond this, we need to understand the specific, what exactly yoga is all about. As union of the body and mind. So union of myself to the universe. Okay, so it's like completely when you focus on yourself, so there is beyond the flexibility you can practice something. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss in this webinar, I mean in this session. So beyond the flexibility, so what we can do it, so what we can achieve ourselves, so to keep it to keep it your mind body joining together, what we can do it better way. Okay, so let me get into the presentation now. All right, so before that, body beyond flexibility. So how yoga, mind and body, and body, mind and breath also we can consider. So how it helps with your heart rate. Okay, so when you think about it, so we have a lot of things to learn, especially and know about them and how it works properly. Okay, so here you can see. Can you see the screen? Yes, Shant. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have a few insights which is very, very important to those who are here in this webinar, in this platform. You can see a lot of information regarding beyond flexibility of the yoga. Okay. So let me ask you a question. So when you hear yoga, so what comes in your mind? So as I again ask the question, so he can see some flexibility, fitness, peace, and breathing, spirituality. All of you just take any one of them and just type in the chat box. Yeah, most of the members will say fitness, flexibility, if you may say like it's like a peace. Okay, so we can get all these answers. So there is a flexibility myth. So when it comes to the flexibility myth, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga. So people oftenly say that I'm a completely my body is stiff. Okay, I cannot do some bending, stretchings. Okay, so like this, we can heard from few people. Majority of the members say like the same thing. Okay, those who are having desk work at the same time, those who are there in the homemakers. So the reality is flexibility is possible outcome of practices. It is like an entry requirement. Flexibility is not completely yoga practices. It's like the entry beginners can practice this. Small moments, simple practices can helps you to understand their body first. To understand their body practices, how the body their responses to their mind and their actions. So all these things comes. This is all about the reality. So when it comes to the practice, this an entry requirement. Okay, so I can get into the actual what exactly the definition of yoga. So we know body, right? So body is like comes into the posture, in the movement, when you walk, when you do something work, uh, and also physical capacity. Okay, so all these things also strength building practices also comes under the body. When it comes to the breath, so regulation of rhythm of the breathing, the same time nervous system tone. So when your body breath join in together, then you can see that the behavioral changes. So your habit changes, the ritucharya we call, which like from morning to evening, what is the schedule we are following, how it should be effective. Okay, all these things we know by ourselves only. So this is not the beyond the flexibility we can think about this. So we can understand the briefly, and how you show up yourself, how you talk with people, how you behave with the people. So this is all comes under the when you align your body and your breath. Then so for this there is a attention. Okay, there is attention to awareness of the practices, okay, presence, and also mental clarity. So whatever we are doing here, so if you are getting to the mat or you are getting to the gym or somewhere, so are you aware of your practices? Are you aware of your breath? Are you aware of your mental like clarity? So all these things comes under the, so when you align your body and mind, breath. Okay. So today I just wanted to there is some roadmap. Yoga, fitness through yoga. So when you yoga is not about doing asanas and controlling your breath. How it inculcated the fitness through yoga. So that is what's very important. The first, body, mind, and also how it helps to the heart rate and how it is being to the daily practices. So you can practice these body mind practices at home, at office. Okay, so the small practices will make big differences. Okay. Yeah. So here, let me ask you a question. How many of you practiced yoga before? Like you're I still practice. We know the popular is when we celebrate yoga day. When we celebrate yoga day, it's like biggest day in the year we call. So that is the 21st June, right? So 21st June, every year we celebrate. So we celebrate. It's like biggest day in the year. Okay, that is the biggest day we call, right? So then, what is the smallest day then? Can anyone know about it? Just if you know about it, just type in the chat box. I can see December 22nd. Yes, exactly. December 21st, actually. This is December 21st. So when you this is smallest day, so that's why we celebrate on that day. So yoga competitions. So we practice as yoga, we keep yoga competitions. So now when it comes to the beyond the flexibility, there are few factors I would like to tell you. So there is like mobility of the practices, okay, controlling movements through the joints full range. So when you practice this, so mobility will improve, okay, strengthen of your muscles, especially endurance and joint stability. So this is not a flexible practices, this is beyond the practices. And also balancing of coordination of the vision, inner ear, at the same time sensory feedback. So balance when it comes to the when you practice a vrukshasana or some other asanas. So first let us take an example of the vrukshasana. So it is a tree poster basically, right? So when you stand on one leg, so will our body will be stable in at a one at a stretch when you practice vrukshasana? Will our body will be stable? No. So when you practice daily consistency, you can see some changes. Okay, we can see some increasing the stability of the your legs, your body. At the same time, like there is a duration when you practice a day every day. You can see that the increasing of the duration. One day, first day would be like 1 minute or 30 seconds like that. So when you continuous practices, so that may increases the stability of the body. That is comes under the balance. Okay, so these practices should be in a consistency manner. Coordination, so the smooth and effective movement patterns, especially recovery is also very important. So the body is ability to restore and repair. So sleep, and also we have yoga nidra practices. Okay, we have a mudras practices to recover all your body muscle and also your internal organs, I can say. So there is a mobility versus flexibility. So when you understand these two factors, especially it's like flexibility is a passive range. So in some point of view, you'll get you'll get flexibility, but Mobility, active control retention. So this is completely controlled your body. Okay. So this is flexibility is like available lengthen. At the same time, this mobility when it comes to the usable momentum. So when you passive range is not the same as control movement. So it's like the shoulders may be flexible, but lack of the strength is I think used to range safely. Yoga postures build active control, not just lengthen. That's what makes movement both capable and safe in the daily life. So when you're taking an example of this, flexibility and mobility, so someone else move your arms, right? So when it comes to mobility, so you lift your own arms overhead with control. So this happens with the yogic asanas when you do the plank postures, when you do some downward dog postures. So you do by yourself. So in other range of practices, you can see some lifting weights or something. So also this is someone requirement is there. Okay. Strengthen hides inside stillness. So muscular endurance, especially when it comes to the muscular endurance. So poses like plank and warrior and sustain, as I mentioned, that muscle engagement over time, and also joint control, alignment in stillness trains stability, muscle around joints. So trunk stability, core engagement is standing, and seated poses builds a resilient centers. So when it comes to the muscles, okay, we have in the yoga practices. When you look at the asanas, we call there is Iyengar yoga practices like Trikonasana, Parshvottanasana, Parshvakonasana. We have these asanas to help you to improve the muscle endurance. Also joint mobility, joint control, we have a stillness of the practices, like we have a vakrasana practices. You improve the when you practice this asanas, then you can see a lot of joint control practices, mobility. Also the trunk stability, when it comes to the trunk stability, so we have a core practices like utkatasana we call. So these are the asanas will strengthen your complete inside from inside. Okay. So when it comes to the balance again, so the trainable skill, it's like completely the balance is not gift you're born within. So when you inculcate this balance every day in your daily lifestyle, you can see some changes. You can see some changes, it's like a skill built through practices. It becomes especially important as we age and for everyday function. So balance requires in everywhere. So it can when it comes to the emotional balance, also when it comes to the practice of your daily fitness practices, also when it comes to the work pressure. Okay. So especially this is comes under the again attention of the practices. Consistency will makes the good balance. The poster, a poster is a dynamic, not perfect. So when you inhale, you can see when you practices of the breathing related practices, posture related practices, there is very important thing is you have to be very conscious about your breath. So if you want like to increase the postures, it's like it's a dynamic, not perfect, as I have like it's not completely perfect about the postures. So when it comes to the consistency practices, these postures will make you understand the dynamic way. Okay, it's not like completely when you practice random fitness, random Surya Namaskaras, random fast paced practices, we cannot see the perfect postures. So the postures correction is also very very important. So when it comes to the beyond the flexibility, posture corrections are very 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 important. All right. So the breathe So when you come to the breath, the bridge between the body and mind. So the bridge between the body and mind. So how many of you know, how many of you take, are we really aware of the breath? Your breathing is a superpower now. Because when you understand your breath, you'll see the difference, lot of difference. So are we aware of the breath right now? Are we really aware of the breath? We are listening to the, the practice, whatever we are talking here. Are we aware of your breath? Majority of the people say no. I'm not aware of the breath, but I'm listening. But it shows that it shows that you're not aware of your breath. You're listening, but your mind is somewhere and you're listening here. So not only this part, when you do any work in the in your daily lifestyle, so your mind is somewhere and you do some body present and mind absent. So like that, so we have, there is no connection of your breath between the body and mind. So when you connect these things, your breath is like a superpower. Superpower. It do magics. Okay. Next, so you can see here, we have a one practice. Now before that practice, I just wanted to tell you, rate of what is a faster and slower than usual. The depth practices, rhythm practices. So when you see more range of motion of the practices, especially fast practices, we can see. Okay. And also like agitated breathing, when you come to the shallow breathing, mouth breathing, abdomen breathing. Okay. So some may do irregular rhythm of the practices, fast breathing especially. So this, when you do these things, definitely there is a lot of anxiety, stress, insomnia, sleeplessness. We can see all these things. Nowadays, people are facing all these things, especially when you go with a steady breath, slow and diaphragmatic breathing, also deep with a proper counting. So even in the rhythm, so we can see a lot of reason differences. So that is also change. That is also change in your emotions and thoughts. Okay. So hope you are listening to me and also understanding what I'm saying. Yes. Yes. If it is yes, all of you just switch on the videos or do something, or type yes in the chat box. So this will makes you to understand we know already what is breath, what is body, but beyond the flexibility, what we can do it. So when you three important things you're aware of it, discipline when it comes to your regular practices, and when you come this, focus on your what you're doing, also consistency. So these three important factors, the important things will you under this will understand, makes you understand completely beyond the flexibility we are doing it. Okay. So here is a body and brain, the stress responses, how the stress responses will change your body and mind. So there is a trigger points. So body responses to appraisal and also behavior recovery. So when it comes to this, when it comes these things, especially each stage offers a potential point of awareness and choices. So how? So there is a parasympathetic system and sympathetic system. So when sympathetic system takes the actions, so your parasympathetic nervous system will help you recover it. Okay. So especially when you look at the heart rate increases when you practice some, driving in heavy traffic, okay, or doing intense exercises. So when you do these things, your heart rate increases, your breath becomes faster, muscle becomes it's like tensed, catching up muscles. So when you do, especially giving a speech on stage, okay, or when it comes to you're writing an exam, important exam, so you can see nervous system. So these are the symptoms, effects on your comes with a sympathetic nervous system. At the same time, parasympathetic nervous system. So when it comes to the, especially a dog suddenly chases you, what do? A dog suddenly chases you, what do? This impacts creates on the, you first run away from the from the from place, you just run away. And also if you reach a safe place, then it recovers your breathing, you take normal breath, and also these things happens. So there is a lot of impact on sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, both are important. So but when it comes to the, so which one we should apply, which one should apply, depends on your practices, depends on your responses. So attention of the practices, like attention is in a muscle. I like skill. So noticing your mind completely, when you meditate or when you do something, like Trataka concentration practices, or like sitting in a one point and sitting in a position, and at least 10 to 15 times when you look at one object. So you notice wandering thoughts. Okay, wandering thoughts. What do you do then? Then we understand that yes, I am wondering my thoughts, I'm getting a lot of thoughts. Okay, so gently, what do you do then? Return gently. No, this is not I would like to, this is I wanted to concentrate on one object, concentrate on my inner awareness. So then you build attention. So when you build attention, definitely there is, again you'll get lot of thoughts again you wonder, again you return gently, build attention. You repeat these things. This is a cycle of the practices. So once you reach these things, especially, you can see a lot of stress related issues slowly reducing. Okay, slowly reducing your unnecessary thoughts. Also, we feel like sometimes we don't have enough sleep, even though we sleep 8 to 9 hours. Okay, sometimes we feel like even though if you do a small action of the work, we take a lot of stress. So all these things happens with the mind. So noticing about what you're doing about, and also gently taking into the presence, gently practicing of practicing your meditation, concentration practices. Also some mind games will make you to understand your mind especially. Okay, so these things applies when you come to the work, relationships, and also everyday repetitive actions. Next, why mind wandering matters, especially nowadays we can see a lot of distractions, right? Isn't it? So we have a phone. Okay, there's a distractions. Okay, so when you look at your phone, definitely what happens? You'll see, we see some reels, or we'll see some information videos or something. But this is distracting your body and mind. There is no energy frequency to your body and mind. So these distractions, what happens? Slowly, it makes you to know the low energy in the body. There is no strengthen in the body. We feel like this kind of symptoms. So this will make you again, get into the I don't have enough strength to practice something. Okay, I don't have enough practices to learn new things. So you'll get all these negative thoughts. So when you feel like there is some distractions, how do you overcome? How do you overcome it? So especially there is a connection of your body and mind. You must be aware of your breath. Is this I'm using phone right now? So is it useful information I'm taking inside of the mind? Is it useful for me? So these are the things we need to understand. So these are the things we need to let us know every day. Self introspection is very, very important. So that is very, very important factor. Now, when it comes to the yoga and emotional regulation, you may help people notice early signals, like so I can tell you something like jaw tensions, also breath holdings. We hold a breath when you lift the weights, right? So we hold our breath when it comes to the some breathing practices. Okay, so hesitation, we feel like sometimes hesitation, like we don't respond to the practices, we react to the practices. So we react to the emotions, so we don't respond to the emotions. So This will, sensation of the practices, also awareness, and awareness comes under the, I repeated it again, this one. Awareness is very, very important when it comes to the practice, any practice, and choice and response. So this is where practice meets the real life. In the small gap between the stimulus and the responses. Okay. So next here, I can see you can see on the screen, sleep, where recovery becomes visible. So when you sleep every day without interruption, so how many of you feel like I don't have interruptions in between? I have a quality sleep. Type in the chat box. Yes, I have a quality sleep. I can sleep 6 to 8 hours. I can sleep 6 to 8 hours. Yes, Pratisha, I can see the message here. Thank you so much. And yeah. Yeah, I can sleep 6 to 8 hours without interrupting myself. So when it comes to the sleep pattern, so sometimes we feel like we have enough sleep. Okay. Sometimes we feel like I slept a lot. Okay. But when you do a controlled when you do your mind is controlled, at the same time your body recovered within 6 to 7 hours, like this. So there is a lot of practices when it comes to the sleep. We must focus on the some yogic practices called yoga nidra. Okay, yoga nidra, it's a conscious breathing awareness practices in the shavasana. Okay, so there is can see on the screen, you can see here. So light, especially when before going to sleep, you must check it out, these things. Dim screens and a light, bright light an hour before bed. Especially before going to bed, we should take care of these things. Okay, routine, a consistent wind, a consistent window signals the safety to the nervous system. There is completely not completely closing windows or a closing room. It's not like that, just completely ventilated room, we can look at the place. Also stimulation when it comes to the mental and emotional activation before sleep, before taking phone calls or searching on phones or doing something on the phone. We should avoid these things, especially before going to sleep. At least 10 to 15 minutes before, we must take care of it. So movement, gentle evening movements supports down regulations. So after having your dinner, at least there is 10 to 15 minutes gap. After that, we can go with some walk. Okay, walk with awareness of your breath. That is very, very important. So these, if you take care of these special things, then this is the thing we should create ourselves, we are doing in a right path. We are going in the right path. We can easily understand by ourselves what is good and what is not. Okay, so this is what about the sleep I just wanted to mention here. And there is very, very important factors beyond the flexibility. I can tell you a few important practices also here. Exhalation, especially, let us go with the practice now. If you are ready with the practice, just all of you, just first inhale with the 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts. So all of you try to do it now along with me. So just properly make your spine straight and start doing. You can see the some changes right now. Quick practices will understand your breath levels. Okay, so just all of you go with the 4 counts inhalation. Gently inhale. All of you, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly exhale for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you go with the slow breathing, 4 counts, and then slowly exhale for 6 counts, repeat it for 5 rounds. Repeat it 5 rounds, and you can see if you have any wandering thoughts, if you have any there is no there is no proper clarity about the thoughts. When you practice this small practice, inculcate in a small practice, you can see that thoughts controlled and the peace of your mind. The 4 counts inhalation and 6 counts slow exhalation. Practice by yourself right now. There is no strain, there is no discomforts, there is no breathing holdings. So there is no dizziness. If you experience any dizziness or um, these things happens when you don't have proper stability and proper controlled breath. Come on, all of you practice for 4 counts inhalation and 6 counts exhalation. Repeat it for 5 rounds. Repeat it for 5 rounds. Okay, after that, just eyes remains closed and observe how your thoughts wandering. Is it your thoughts are wandering, or your thought reduced it, or how your mind responding it? Just observe it. Just observe it. Okay, so this is how we can control whenever you have stress. This is how we can control our emotions. So these practices will help you to understand your inner world. Relax. So now when it comes to your body mind, okay, how it helps to the heart. Okay, there is a 6 factors I can say again here. So when you understand these 6 factors, especially if you would like to know, yes, of course, everybody wants to be a healthy person at the same time. So to taking care of your inner, the big machine, I can say. Okay, so because of the heart, we are doing a lot of activities. So if you everybody has the everybody wanted to taking care of your health. Okay, so taking care of your blood pressure, okay, taking care of sleep, stress, metabolic health, habits and movements. But how to control it, how to do it, how to get into the control practices. So beyond your body and mind, what are the things we can do it? Okay, there are simple and very important practice, very important things I would like to mention here. Movement. When you practice movements, like in any form of movements, like walking or jogging, or some may do some small stretches. Few members wants to advanced practices or like this. Some may wanted to go to the gym or do something some activities. But here, any movement, any form of exercises, are we aware of the breath or not? Just check out yourself. If you are aware of the breath, if you're aware of your practices, then definitely that will help you to recover your heart easily and fast. Okay, at the same time, next we have a how your blood pressure. So checking out your blood pressure, monitoring yourself, also visiting doctors and also checking yourself, how your blood pressure is. At the same time, next when it comes to the habits, so if you would like to understand your breathing pattern, if you would like to understand your postures, practices and everything, if you would like to get good flexibility of the body, so there is a habits will change it. Okay, there is consistency practices, habits for 21 days at least will make you to understand your body and lighten up the body and lengthen your spine. So when you lengthen your spine, your breath automatically longevity improves the longevity. Okay. Also, your sleep pattern should be fixed. Sleep pattern should be fixed. So we don't, when you fix your sleep pattern, let us take an example. So if you would like to go sleep at 9:30, sharp 9:30. So you have to schedule yourself, before 1 hour, what should I do? I have to finish my dinner. I have to do my other activities. So you have to fix it. So when you fix it and your sleep pattern and waking up early morning, so this is the very, very important. You're fixing up your sleep pattern. Also stress. So when a stress occurs, so are you aware of your breath? Okay, there is a connection of your breath and your stress again here. Okay. So these are the things very important. So when it comes to the taking care of your heart rate, okay, your heart pulse, also controlling breath, very important. Okay, so next I can say here what yoga can and cannot claim. So when it comes to the yoga can support your daily routine and consistency practices. So when you inculcate habituated practices, okay, and also some cardiovascular risk factors. So stress management and relaxation, mindful movement and body awareness. So yoga cannot replace emergency medical care. We know it, right? So prescribed treatment or medications, professional medical evaluation, response to the chest pain or severe breathing related issues like breathlessness or sometimes we feel like we have a lot of pain in the abdomen, herniated diseases. So some diseases it cannot cure, but when it comes to the controlling your blood pressure, also when it comes to the controlling your congested chest or a tightening chest, also we feel we can there is neck pain, spondylosis, we have a sciatica pain. So muscle related practices, muscle related inflammations we can prevent or control through yoga practices when it comes to the therapeutical practices. Okay, so this is very important factor. Okay, so next there is, especially when it comes to the heart rate variability. So there is, again I can say that the heart rate variability influenced by 6 factors again here. So as I mentioned that sleep quality, okay, fitness levels, your age matters, or your age also matters. Measurement conditions like timing and context. As I mentioned that sleep pattern is completely fixed. Okay, your fitness routine should be if you would like to keep 1 hour or at least half an hour. So we have to be fixed that time, and you have to dedicate the time to the practices of the fitness. Or when it comes to the stress, so there is nervous systems, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So you must be taking care of what you're doing, okay, and controlling breath can release your stress levels. Also illness, if you are temporary disturbances like illness, or if you have pains, so you do not give attention to that particular pains. Okay, you must be take actions for it. Okay, instead of taking medication or medicines, how can we cure it with natural practices, natural healings, okay, natural therapy movements? So how can we do it? So when you think like this, you can, your body is naturally healed. Okay, you can heal your body naturally. So when it comes to the daily conditions, shifts, reading of the books, or when it comes to the controlling your stress means any possibility is there to learn something new skill. Okay, so you must go through it. Okay, then you can see the stress levels are decreasing. Also BP should be in control. Next, so there are hidden powers of consistency, especially 10 minutes practices, especially 10 minutes enough. When you practice something, if you would like to inculcate from today onwards, so you would like to inculcate some breathing pattern. Yes, I would like to practice some breathing practices. Should not practice, 60 minutes of the practices. If you would like to add any new things in your life, in the daily practices, must go with the 10 minutes with consistency. Every day, that 10 minutes, are we doing it or not? Just taking care of yourself. Okay, so this will repetitively you have to do it every day. 365 days are we doing or not? Or at least half of the year are we doing or not? Just checking out yourself. 21 days challenge, and also after 21 days 90 days challenge. So like this you have to take challenges yourself, and the challenges will make you to understand your especially and the consistency of the practice. Okay, so as I mentioned that 10 minutes daily routine. So it should be like when you arrive, I can go with this like this. So still settle yourself first, and also feel your body. Like, I'm sitting on my meditation for 10 minutes. Okay, so first you have to settle yourself first. Then this is not yoga. I'm teaching here. This is not yoga I'm teaching here. So this is beyond that. What we can do it for ourselves. So what is the self swadhyaya? We can do it by ourselves. So this is what I would like to tell you. Movement. If you have gentle movements, okay, you can do it 2 to 3 minutes. Also breathing control. So there is attention of your breath. First, take a sankalpa of your breath. Yes, whatever I'm doing right now, whatever I'm doing right now, that is helping my body, my breath, and my inner organs. So we feel these kind of intentions, we have to give it ourselves. Okay, so then observe your notice, notice with judgment. There is observation. Okay, are we having any pain, or are we having any knee pains or any pain? So when you sit down, this will help you to understand your completely what is the intention of the practices you're doing it. So if you are this will help you to go with the next practices. Just a 10 minutes every day. Okay, so this is briefly I just explained here. So feel your feet or seat, especially when you sit down. Okay, grounding yourself, especially in the present moment, and notice 3 natural breaths. Especially, no need to change anything yet. Natural breathing means, so first abdomen breathing and chest breathing, and also your abdomen breathing, chest breathing, and also mouth breathing. So just check it out. So these 3 things are, are we doing any breathing, or are you following natural breathings, like nature related, when you inhale, exhale properly. So you can see that's natural. Are we taking stressful breathing or natural breathing? Okay, so release unnecessary efforts, like soften the jaw, shoulders, and the belly. Especially before practicing anything, so we should not fill our stomach. Okay, there is some emptiness in the body, stomach, and then we can practice something, so that will get your body is naturally will understand. Also create some power within ourselves. And when it comes to the movement, these movements will help you. So especially lengthen your spine, as a shoulders mobility, hip movement, also supported balance. These are 3 to 4 gentle movements will understand your pain. If you have any pains or anything, so this will help you to understand the movement, especially when you're doing movements. And here I would like to introduce again the Panchakoshas concept. So when you understand this Panchakoshas concept, definitely you can see the better body-mind connection. And when it comes to the mind, it's not like the brain. I'm talking about the beyond the brain activities. So there is a buddhi. Okay. So when you activate your buddhi, you'll understand everything. Okay. So here there is a 5 factors I can mention that here. Annamaya kosha. So this is the physical body, support your physical body, and also nourished by the food, and the outermost layer of the existence means. So when you whatever your food taking, okay, so that will make your body now. Okay, so we can see like Subramaniam Basar sir, also Bharatram here, Trinath here. So everybody, it depends on your body. We can see in the visibility. We can see the visibility, the food, what we take, that is physically we can see the appearance. Okay, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. We have a 5 elements here. Okay, so when it comes to the Pranamaya Kosha, the vital energy body that governs breath, life force, and energy flow. So when you practice the Nari Shuddhi, or when you practice the Chandra Bedi, Surya Bedi practices, so this is beyond that. It activates your Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi. Okay, that Nadi is, we have a 72,000 Upanadis we have in the body. 72,000 Upanadis we have in the body. So all the nervous system will help you to activate those nerves. Okay, Upanadis we can say. Pranamaya kosha, so the breath, whatever we breathe, the vital energy force we can say. Okay, and how it forms based on your food, the sattvic food we can say. So Manomaya kosha, the mental body. So this is related to your thoughts, also emotions, sensory experiences, sensory organs I can say. And there is Vijnanamaya kosha. So Vijnanamaya kosha is like wisdom body, repeating, representing intellectual, especially inner knowing. As I mentioned, the inner world I can say is it okay, inner world. So you understand your internal world. Saucha, when you cleanse yourself. Also, cleaning means when it comes to the cleaning of internal world means, so there is doing some kriyas like like taking some water and also throwing out. So this will help you to restore your internal organs. Okay, cleansing of your internal organs. At the same time, santosha, always bliss, always bliss. Okay, so what are we doing actions? What are we doing the work? Are we like aware of? Are we aware of the practices? Are we aware of the work? And are we really happy with that work? This is comes under the Anandamaya Kosha. So Vijnanamaya Kosha, this is a when you understand the your buddhi intellect, so there is definitely you must be taking care of your Saucha Santosha Swadhyaya. This is what I would like to tell you. So Saucha Santosha Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanaya. So when it comes to the Saucha means what? Saucha means the cleanliness of the internal world, outer external surrounding ourselves. Santosha, always being happy. Also, Swadhyaya, self-study. Okay, so self-study will make you to understand the intellectual Vijnanamaya Kosha. So when you have these, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, definitely this is not beyond. This is completely beyond the flexibility of the yoga. Okay, yoga means we know that joining body and mind, but how we can connect these things means there is a special factors we can practice the 5 layers of human existence. Especially we must understand these things. This is Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. Okay, so let me go for the next one. All right, so the 5, especially when it comes to the 5 layers to work together, holistic system. So each influencing the others in the maintaining balance and well-being throughout our entire being. Okay, so next we have a breathing pattern. So this breathing pattern, as I mentioned, that gentle nasal breathing, let the breath fit, slow inhale exhalations, longer exhalations will make you to understand the proper inhale exhalations. Otherwise, what happens? We may get some sinusitis related issues, also headache, insomnia, and also we can see some sometimes we also feel like there is no sleep properly. So you understand your breathing pattern, you can see these things will unnecessary. We don't suffering with unnecessary diseases. Okay, observe yourself regarding what is present right now. Before doing anything, simple notice. Before doing anything, simple notice. This is the practice of non-judgmental awareness. So seeing what's here without rushing to change it. Especially body sensation. So body sensation means the tensions, warmth, and ease. Okay. So when you feel these things, especially there is a fast breathing, slow, shallow, and deep. Okay. So we must be go with a slow breathing. We must be go with the deep breathing instead of shallow and fast breathing. So thought. So we must taking care of this thought also. Busy thoughts also quick, especially thoughts would be we don't control them sometimes. Okay, So it may also trigger to the high BP. Okay, emotions. So especially your emotions also, like sometimes anxious and also tired. Okay, if you would like to make it calm, we must go through the observation of your each and every breath, body movements. Okay. And next, we have a what exactly intention? What intention I'm doing this one? So are we doing intention like to only cure about this some diseases, or are we our intention should be like long term practices. So long term practices will make you feel like lighter body, or your behavioral changes. So beyond that. So let me ask you a question here. How do I want to meet you? What's ahead? Like calmly, clearly, patiently, and courageously. So all of you, just pick up one word. Okay, just this is what I would like to tell you. Pick up one word and just taking care of yourself. Like I would like to go with a calm, or like patiently. I would like to go with the courageously. Okay, so beyond the yoga, we can go with these things and manda. Okay. Next year, there is three ideas to remember, especially when it comes to the yoga is not a flexible tester. So yoga is not a flexible test. At the same time, regulation matters as much as range. And at the same time, one more thing, a small repeatable practices creates a lasting benefits. Okay, these are three important things we must remember: consistency over intensity, 5 minutes daily practices, out performances, one long session in a week. Especially consistency will come with it is not a over intensity. Okay. And before the closing thoughts, I would like to like ask yourself that how flexible I am. So like how well can I notice, adopt, and recover it? So if you have any disease, or if you have any like asthma related issues or something, so ask yourself, am I notice myself, am I aware of the breath? Okay, I can adopt these practices easily, or when I practice these things, I can recover it myself. So the deepest value of the yoga may not be the shape of the body makes, it may be quality of the attention. So we bring to the body, breath, and the next choices. So uh, beyond the flexibility, I can tell you the what intentions, what attentions we are giving to the body. So this is very, very important. Okay, so the three secrets I would like to mention here. So first is you practice whatever you practice, that is not for only flexibility. Beyond the flexibility, movement. Understand the movement of the practices. Also understand your body movements, at the same time your breathing pattern. Okay, awareness of the breath, because breathing is a superpower. So when you understand your superpower of your breath, then definitely there is a connection of your mind. Okay, so the connection of your mind, when you have connection of the mind, definitely we can see there is a lot of changes in our daily lifestyle. So that I can say. Okay, natural healings, also natural practices will make you will hit a lot of difference again. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your attention. Also, this is what I would like to tell you about beyond the yoga flexibility.
Thank you, Bharat sir.
Yeah.
Uh, Thank you so much for your time and presentation. Before we move on to the Q&A, I'd like to just take 30 seconds of everyone's time for a poll. This will help us get to know you better and tailor future topics that we bring to you. A big thanks to everyone here today. Your presence and participation means a lot to us. While you fill out the poll, I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed speaker, Mr. S. for sharing his valuable time and insights with us. I request all of the participants to quickly interact with the poll questions. And while you are filling out the poll question, I would like to mention coming talks so that we can go into the question and answer uninterrupted. We have R. Srinivasa Murthy, former Field Director of Panna Tiger Reserve, Wildlife Conservationist, uh, retired IFS officer. The topic is From Zero Tigers to a Global Conservation Miracle. Discover the story behind Panna Reserve's remarkable tiger revival. This is on 18th of July 2026. I request all of the participants to kindly register this talk and kindly share it with everybody, especially all animal enthusiasts and one who care about the environment and ecology. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll and move on to the Q&A. So there's a question from Mr. Sarparini Subramanian Prasad, sir. My understanding is that yoga and walking will alone not be sufficient in improving your muscle mass, which depletes with age and a critical need for elders, that is above 60 years. Also, another concern, the visceral and subcutaneous fat in the belly, common in Indians. Any suggestions whether through yoga, I mean any yogic postures which can be integrated with yoga for improving our muscle mass? If not, alternatively, please suggest what resistance training exercise are to be resorted to along with our normal yoga, walking, swimming.
Okay, Subramanian ji. So here I can tell you some, very important thing. When you inculcate, so when you inculcate, I know you're, if you practice some, kind of practices. So when it comes to the after 60 age, okay, the age group of the 60 plus, okay. So we have some gentle Sukshma Vyayama, we call. Sukshma Vyayama, it's like, micro practices. Micro practices when you practice every day, related to the, we have a Janga Shakti Vikasa, related to the knee pains, okay, and Bhujavalli Shakti Vikasa related to the shoulder pains, shoulder, those are having a stiffness in the shoulders, neck pain. So we have the complete Sukshma Vyayama will help you. First thing. Second thing, and if you would like to improve the muscle mass, so there is a strength training practices in yoga also. Okay, so that is at your age. So we have a lot of, we have an online platform system where people come and practice online regularly. So we make them to do some kind of strength training practices with using some like, Mudgar practices, we can say. Okay, we can have some Mudgar, 3 kgs, 5 kgs Mudgar practices. So we hold some, danda, okay, Hanama dan we call, and we do some ancient practices. Using ancient practices, we'll teach, like, you also. So if you in this age, you can also practice some 3 kgs to 5 kgs, take one mudkar holding mudkar, and then, rotating it for yourself. That is for strengthening yourself. Okay, this mudkar can practice anyone you can practice, but this is also under the guidance of some instructor. That is very important. And Also doing swimming also can make you to understand your better lungs practices. So walking also very good for you. After 60 we can do inculcate holistic practices, I can say. Okay, so when you holistically do it, we can also, this is body, mind, and also your breath. These three factors very important. Three things very important. Okay, so to controlling your body, we have to be after the certain age. So we need some we need some strength practices. Okay, to lift the weights or to hold books, something. Okay, we need some strength. So for that we need to go with the strength training practices in yoga. Especially we have yoga practices. Okay, like we have Iyengar Surya Namaskar, Iyengar yoga asanas we have. So you can practice them. Okay. Also you do some, as I mentioned, that Mudgar practices. When it comes to your breath practice, at least 10 minutes practice should be there in a daily, because that regulates your body mind. That regulates your body mind, the controlling of your, neutralizing your body heat. Okay, utilizing your if you have any the muscle storage also. Okay, securing the muscles from stiffness, from unnecessary holdings. Okay, also as I mentioned that your body, your breath, also your mind. For mind controlling, we need to go with the some some mind practices. We have meditation, Trataka Kriya. Trataka, it's like focusing on one object and looking at there. So that is what also will help you. So yeah, I think
Thank you, sir.
I get the answer. Yeah.
So, one part from the question, the belly fat, the fat that we generally get after a certain age on our bellies. Uh, Can
Mm.
anything? Can you suggest any physical movements for that, or any asanas that we can do daily, or like maybe for some time?
Okay, so here I can tell you, I can suggest you to do the some special practices. That is Kati Shakti Vikasa we call. Okay, sitting in the sitting posture, and also we can do it Naukasana holdings to the wall support. Also, there is best practice when you do this one every day for at least 10 minutes or 5 minutes, keeping legs to the wall and just laying like that. Okay, that will make you so like controlling of the
Like
breath
horizontally, our legs should
horizontal.
be up.
Leg should be up and
Okay.
also laying down
Vertically. Okay.
vertical.
Body
Uh,
should be horizontal. Right.
what should be down. So that will helps you to there is a rhythm of the breath. There is abdomen breathing. Okay. So normally when you sit like this and do some breathing practices, there is no connection of your breath and your abdomen. But when you do Viparita Karini like that, we can see there is connection. Okay, so that will also help you. Also, some Bhujangasana practices, abdominal practices like Dhanurasana. These all the asanas. Somebody cannot hold the legs when you practice Dhanurasana, that like a bow pose. So at the time, what we do, we can hold some, take someone support. Okay, and also do it slowly.
Table or chair or
Yeah, we can use the instruments also. We can make it practice. Also we have a in Sudeha Health and Fitness, there is a YouTube channel. So my channel, recently we have crossed 55K subscribers. Also we have introduced disease oriented practices also, like belly fat, sciatica pain, spondylitis, insomnia. So all these short videos we have, concentrated related practices we have put in the YouTube, Sudeha Yoga. If you search, you can see them, and you whatever you
right.
want.
I'm just
That
going
you
to
can get. Yeah,
I'm going to share it in the chat box once for
that
the
box.
viewers
Yes.
to save.
Yeah, yeah. Recently, we have crossed 55K subscribers, so that is one milestone I can say. Yeah.
Uh, s- so, sir, Supernani sir is asking from
Hmm.
his question. So, no need to go to gym for resistance training.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
So
Need
there
to go to
is there
gym
no
for
need to go to gym for resistance or strength training?
No, no, no. It is not like that. We can, if you have guidance, if you would like to go with a proper guidance, So we can go to the gym, okay, to build resistance practices, especially strength training. Some weights we have to lift it, right? So there is daily danike untundi. So when you go to the gym practices, so that will helps you to restore your muscle. The frequency of the practices and the duration of the practices, how much you're spending there. So also in yoga, so when you practice this, yogic asanas, mudkar practices, also breathing practices, this will help you to understand your physically, emotionally, and like mentally. So physically you must be fit, and emotionally you must be control of your thoughts, and mentally you must taking care of your mental stability. So this will help you. So gym is completely different part again. So when it comes to the gym, definitely that is also helps you, but not as I mentioned, yoga helps all three dimensions, I can say.
Thank you, sir. I'll unmute our participant to ask the next question.
Hmm.
Mr. Shmuel, could you kindly unmute yourself?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please ask
Yeah.
the question.
Thank you very much on a very interesting presentation. And I want to ask you how yoga can support improvement mental health. How yoga can support effective treatment in mental disorders and another problems of mental health.
To rephrase the question for everybody else, Shmuel sir is asking how can yoga support in
Mental health.
improving mental health, and how can it help with different kinds of uh, mental disorders or
Okay.
problems.
Yeah. First, to mental health, yoga supports when you start with the dinacharya. So daily habitual practices. So how your daily, waking up early morning with a plenty of zeal and zest. It's a very important first thing. Okay. So this will support yoga. Yoga is not only for, as I mentioned, that your body, breath, okay, your mind. So this is beyond that flexibility. Beyond the your flexibility, you can see all these things. Mental health. So at the age of right now, those are doing a work, those are doing a desk work, desk jobs, IT professionals, entrepreneurs, anybody. So we have a lot of pressure, okay, and still will take a lot of stress. People will take stress. So based on their job related practices. So mental health, we can taking care of, like taking care of especially your daily food habits, okay, and waking up early morning, and also exposing with the nature, okay, and explore with the sun especially, okay. So exploring nature and walking in a garden, taking care of proper breathing, this will make you understand the mental stability. Also we have to control if you have any mental issues, like sleeplessness or mental, always we forgot something, okay. So for this, yoga
Focus.
nidra, yeah, focus. Yoga nidra will help you. Yoga nidra is a sleep conscious sleep means you have to be aware of each and every part of the muscle or organs. So this will also help you to restore your mental stability.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shmuel sir. Yes, sir. That's what I've seen most people. Uh, what they do with yoga is they turn it into what gym is. They There are fancy mats, fancy yoga outfits, and it's considered as a art, like routine exercise.
Mm.
Whereas if you dwell deeper into it, it's a complete lifestyle. It's like uh, you have to control every aspect, also observe every aspect, like breathing, food intake, food. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, and then all of your physical actions, all of them should be completely conscious. So uh, you you're basically getting prepared for all kinds of worst case scenarios by controlling breathing also. And physical ailments, all of those eventually, if your mind and body are one, you will barely have any illnesses, sicknesses, or anything like that. Through that, I've noticed that people do yoga as an exercise, but all of these other things that you observe, what you explained during the presentations, they are not able to integrate that very well in their conscious daily lifestyle. Like they will do yoga for the sake of doing yoga. Okay, 1 hour Surya Namaskar, breathing exercise, this, that, everything. But when it comes to consuming food, when it comes to uh, daily habits, or whether say smoking, liquor, anything, uh, all of those things, like even for that matter, dealing with polluted air, polluted water, polluted so many other things, uh, they find other ways rather than building, like there's no adaptation in that form. They rather solve that with money rather than yoga. How do you inculcate the subconscious practices that have to be followed? Like practices that have to be made subconscious so that you can follow every day, other
Mm.
than doing the conscious yogic thing.
Yeah. Especially we can see the polluted, especially air when you go outside. Okay, also water. So we have people are there, youngsters especially. I, as a teacher, as a expert, I can see. I like no. I observe the youngsters especially. So what they are here having the food, and most of the members, most of majority of the youngsters are also adults. Um, they try to have junk food, especially junk food attracts a lot, right? So there is
Right.
lot, there is they unable to control their emotion,
Appetite.
or there is a, like, వాళ్ళు కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోలేరు వాళ్ళు కొన్నిసార్లు. సో దే unable to control themselves, so they would like to have it. So pizza, burger, everything they have ordered. But how, if I am having something, so am I aware of that food now, what ingredients they in the food? So this awareness is missing right now, this generation. Okay, also few members are there, those who would like to go with the conscious practices of whatever they do, whatever they do. So also
Right.
the food they take with proper intentions, they explore the what kind of food we should take it. The internet we have, we can explore anything. Okay, so we have everything we have in our hands. So our mind depends our mind, depends our body. Okay, based on when you would like to go with the right path, I would like to go with this way. Okay, I want to choose this roadmap. So that will decide, which what kind of habits you would like to keep it yourself. Okay, and some may have, we have a clients like, they smoke every day. Okay, they smoke every day. They come to practice, and the few members are there. Uh, these are the experiences. Case studies help me to build how yoga should be practiced. Okay, how we should practice yoga every day. So bead yoga we call, also sometimes some call hot yoga. So when the completely in a room, okay, completely heated room, they practice Surya Namaskaras. So that's how they feel like, I reduce weight loss, like that. No, it is not like that. Natural yoga is completely natural practices. So natural breathing. Okay, the environment should be like pleasant. Okay, so these things will, and the person will understand by themselves. Okay, when it comes to the practices. Okay.
So I wanted to mention that I come from a very religious family, and
Okay.
when I was younger, I was forcefully trained into like doing yoga or practicing yoga every day, most of my society would end up coming to my house. There used to be a trainer, a guru who used to come to my house who was from, um, I think it's called The Art of Living by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. So one of his persons used to come and teach yoga in my house. And for me, I was a young kid, so everything was very irritating because, we don't like structure and we don't like uh, following time and everything when we are very, very young. So I was forcefully made to sit there, practice breathing, practice different exercises. As I grew older, by the time I was 15, 16, uh, I had different areas of interest and I had different areas to focus. I used to lose focus. I used to have migraines. I used to have a lot of problems dealing with breathing, dealing with headaches, and all of these things. And somewhere I started trying breathing exercises again. I started getting back to doing yoga postures every day in the morning for some time. And what I felt for myself, what I found out about myself, that yoga was helping me integrate meditation into each and everything that I do. So if I am cutting wood with an angle grinder or with a axe, my focus, my concentration, each and every one of those things while cutting the wood, no matter what would happen, I'll have awareness about what is happening and everything will be under the control of my actions at that point of time. And I'll be completely focused. At the same time, that started, I used to be very bad at reading continuously for a long time. So focus again. Once I started getting deeper into meditation, it was helping me keep my focus longer in each and every one of the things that I do and complete it fast, complete all my action tasks fast. Yoga at the same time, what it was helping me with was, if while doing my job or while doing my work, I have to be in a certain uncomfortable position for long duration, like maybe sitting in front of a laptop or cutting wood for a long time, farming for a long time. My asanas would increase my flexibility, would increase my muscle endurance. It would increase my overall stamina. So I could do all of my other work also with lot more focus, hold uncomfortable positions for longer hours. So without any stress in the body or without any tension in the body. So yeah, I really believe that it was something like integrating meditation into every part of your life, including your eating practices, including your drinking practices,
Yes.
including anything in walking, running, breathing, everything basically. So
Yes. So for that, we need to understand first, meditation will, first, if you would like to go with the meditation, there is a concentration practices. So concentrating on
correct.
something, one object, or it's like, brings you the oneness. So that object, whatever you would like to focus on one particular object and start doing concentration. Then only the meditation happens. And also at the same time, concentration, when you close your eyes, automatically you'll thought of wanderings, and also you get a lot of negative thoughts, also your past mistakes or something like this. So it appears in front of your eyes. So when you close your eyes, so there is one pointed focus, like we focus on the chakras. So we focus on between the eyebrows or some area, some in our body.
Yeah,
We
between the
focus on
eyebrows would be Agnya Chakra,
Agna Chakra. So we just come to Agna Chakra. Also Muladhara Chakra. Some, we can focus on
the
Nadi.
root,
Okay. Root Chakra also we focus. Okay.
Manipura, Swadhisthana.
Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi chakras. We focus on these chakras and we'll make sure a one pointed concentration practices. Then automatically turns into the meditation, dhyana. Okay.
Yeah,
So before that, I can also tell you there is withdrawal of the senses. So pratyahara we call.
correct.
So withdrawal of the senses. This will also make you to sit in a position and focus on one pointed activity. that I can say. Good, and very
I think we
happy.
are done with all the questions in the chat box. And yes, sir. If you'd like to add anything else, you will shortly see a breakout room link on your screen.
Okay.
After you conclude, you will see the link. If
Okay.
you'd like to share any last message with the audience, please.
The simple thing, what ancient roots were created for ourselves, the modern system. Now we have, as you mentioned, Trinath, Trishan, yes. So you mentioned that polluted air, polluted food, polluted everything. We must focus on how not to pollute our mind. Okay, so with the simple practices, what we rooted in the ancient practices, so that how should I inculcate myself with those practices into not to pollute my mind, okay, not to pollute my environment. Okay, so that's a reason, the system of the MBBN, body, mind, breath, and nutrition comes from the Ayurvedic practices again. So these systems will help you to restore all these ancient practices. Okay, so this we should be completely aware of it, and also make sure every action what we take, everything, whatever we do, so we must be inculcate all these things, that I can say.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time and patience and for answering the questions. And Pratyusha, I request you to kindly share the breakout room link. So I request you to join the breakout room link that you'll see on your screen. I'll be there with you shortly. Thanks to all of the participants who have attended today's session. I hope you get to join our next session. It is from a very experienced wildlife conservationist, and there's a lot of atrocities happening on the ecological environment at the moment in current times all over the world. And we have to take drastic steps to address each and every one of the beings that inhabit the earth with us. I mean, trees, animals, each and everything. And we have very experienced Ashri Nevasamurthy. Sir, he's going to speak on. He's going to give an example of how Panna Reserve was able to rehabilitate tigers and increase the dwindling population in the country and set a model for other wildlife sanctuaries to follow as well. Kindly join in, share with all the wildlife conservationists, share with all the people who really want to protect this earth and all the beings on it. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you next week.